Um, what happened? Here we go. What's up? I don't know how to do this. I think something's wrong with my thing, because I'm gonna, hey John. Here we go. Something was going on. There was some sort of glitch, I think. My camera was acting all weird. I'm going to be talking about everyone's favorite in a minute. Just wait for some other people to come in. What's up, everybody? How's your Dogecoin doing? Sorry, I'm having some sort of glitch. Here it goes. There was some like weird delay on here for a minute. I was just going to talk about Dogecoin and what's been going on. And all of the know-it-alls on TikTok were popping up all of a sudden. Hey, Varg. The big cap is going to run soon? Probably. I don't know. So did anyone catch SNL last night? Sold 60, kept 40. Yeah, I've been doing something similar to that. I just like, I've been getting a little bit like, a little tired of all these guys on TikTok and stock twits and this whole back and forth thing without like anyone actually understanding how any of this stuff actually works. You know, when GameStop was going wild, everyone was going like, don't sell. If you sell, it'll come tumbling down, not understanding that a lot of these stocks are majority owned by hedge funds. They're majority owned by Electric Bounty. They're majority owned by the hedge funds, not the little guys, right? When Bob, who lives in Utah, sells his 7 shares of GameStop, it's not really making that big of an impact on the GameStop stock. But when the hedge fund, who has $200 million in GameStop, decides to pull the plug, then you can see big reversals. There's no shame in taking profits along the way. And one of the things that I noticed that I've been seeing a lot, let me just answer Electric Bounty's question. Which was higher, Saturday Night Live ratings or Dogecoin? I'm going to go with Saturday Night Live's ratings. I have never actually sat down and watched like a full episode of SNL ever. Like I've seen the clips the next day on YouTube, but I don't think I've ever like actually tuned in. In fact, like I didn't even know what time Saturday Night Live was on, right? Like I had to Google it. I was like, what time is it even on? And then it was like 11:30 and I was like, wow, that's kind of late. Like, is it always started at 11:30? It's a little late. I watched the whole thing and I thought it kind of sucked. I mean, SNL is terrible. I was not impressed with very much. I thought Weekend Update was hilarious. And I thought that the Mars skit towards the end was really good. And I liked that Plastic Hearts song that Miley sang. Hey, Phoenix. But it's so funny to me to watch how the internet reacts. Like I was on Stock Twits. And I had like split screen Stock Twits and Saturday Night Live. And when the show started, so right before SNL started, Dogecoin was at like maybe 50 something cents, or maybe it was at 60 cents, and it shot up to almost 70 cents within like the first few minutes before SNL started. And Stock Twits was just blowing up. I mean, it was like hundreds of thousands of comments every few minutes. It was just like I had to keep refreshing. And it was like, here we go, to the moon. And then as soon as it opened, it started pulling back. And what did everyone do? They were like, oh, he's not like dressed as the Doge. He's not dressed as like a dog. He's not like he's not like coming out and like endlessly pumping Dogecoin, sell it, it's over. And then it started to pull, and then it went back up, and they were like, we're in it. I mean, it's so like sporadic and kind of like bipolar, the way people's reactions were, like depending on what was happening. Oh, and then people on Reddit were saying that he didn't mention it soon enough. And then people on Facebook were saying, he's not funny. And so they're selling because he's not funny. I mean, the whole thing was just absurd. And, you had tons of people who last night were saying it's going to go to $1 as soon as Saturday Night Live. Then you had tons of people saying as soon as Saturday Night Live is over, it's going to tank. It actually tanked like right when the show started. Password too long. Hey, are we finally done with Doge scam, or will people keep screaming to hold? I think it's going to keep going up for a while. I think it's going to pull back and go up. I think there's going to be news. Last night I made a prediction, which I was wrong about. I said it based on how Elon Musk normally reacts to like. He's a pretty smart guy, and he'll always have like something in his back pocket right at the like they did it after the stock split. When Tesla split, he came out like a few days later and made some pretty big announcement, and the stock flew back up. So my thought process was Musk is hearing what everyone's talking about. Everyone says that Dogecoin is going to dump after Saturday Night Live. So what's Musk going to do? I bet he's going to tweet something right after the show or first thing in the morning and make some big Dogecoin announcement, like Tesla's going to be accepting it, or some other announcement is going to come out that's going to make the stock sell off and then bounce back up. I was wrong. Predictions are easy because you have a 50% chance of success, but you also have a 50% chance of being wrong, and then everyone on TikTok comes out and calls you a moron. But I kind of had a feeling that Musk was going to have some sort of news that he was going to drop after SNL or in the morning to push Dogecoin back up because, everyone was saying it's going to dump. Let me read through some of these comments. Do you think it'll reach $1? It might. I don't think it's over. I think, what's the reason that it's over? Because he wasn't funny, or that he didn't mention it enough on Saturday Night Live? Like, that's what the majority of the people on StockTwits were saying in Reddit last night was, he didn't mention it right away. How dare he, right? Like it's, he's supposed to come out and open Saturday Night Live and just start screaming Dogecoin for an hour and a half. I don't, how low do you, High Life Doll, how low do you think it'll get? I don't know. And this is one of the important things is to say, I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody knows where any of this is going to go or what is going to happen, because cryptocurrency is relatively new. Nobody has a track record with this stuff in the way that we do with stocks, where we can say like, past volatility, the stock has pulled back 15%, leveled off, and then gone up 30% over the next period of weeks or months or whatever. We don't really have that with crypto. I guess to some extent we do, but it still is relatively new in the grand scheme of like the stock market has been around for, over 100 years, and crypto is like new as relatively new. Nobody knows where this is going to go. So anyone who comes out and says, I guarantee you it's going to be $1 by this date, if they get to that date and it is $1, they're going to be like, I told you. You're just guessing. That's what everyone is doing at this point, is really, they're just guessing. Password too long. Yeah, because it's useless. It's useless for now, but we're seeing more and more people come out and accepting it. There's a lot of stadiums that are accepting Dogecoin. My hunch was that Musk was going to come out with like a short term, like, yeah, Tesla's accepting Dogecoin with conditions or whatever. Jason, thank you. Happy Maskers Day. You will mask? Is this the thing? I don't get it. I have a mask. I wear my mask. I'm just reading through some of these comments here. They sounded like jealous ex-boyfriends. He didn't mention me. He doesn't talk about me. Yeah, that's kind of how it felt. They were like, why isn't like he's supposed to work for them? Like, why isn't Musk coming out and talking about Dogecoin right away? The point is, nobody knows where this is going to go, and everyone has their guess, right? It's going to go back. I've seen tons of people saying it's going to go back below a penny. I've seen other people saying, no, it's going to go to $1. Some people are saying $1.50. That one guy said 3,000. They're just saying it because they want to say at some point, I told you so. But they're really just guessing. Doge will be here, Lebanese crypto killer for the next 20 years, and will continue to grow. My 5-year-old will be rich. I hope so. Mariam Birch, thanks for sharing the live. I'm just reading these comments. Yeah, Doge to 80 cents. What's funny is I got this morning, I got a comment on one of my videos where some guy was like, you said it wouldn't get to 25 cents, and then you said it wouldn't get to 50, and now you're saying it won't get to $1. I've never said that, right? I've never said that about crypto or any stock. I've never said that any stock will get to or won't get to a certain price, because really, nobody knows. Nobody knows where any of this stuff is going to go. And so to come out and say, it's going to go to $1, it's going to go to $1.50, it's going to go to 3,000, maybe anything is possible in theory, I suppose. But you also have to compare these things to other market caps and other cryptos and how many coins there are. Is there a finite amount? Is it endless? Thoughts on Draftkings? I like Draftkings. I don't own it. I'm obviously not a financial advisor, so I can't tell you to go and buy it. But as more people get vaccinated and more sports and stadiums and arenas and start opening up, it seems like just a logical place that people will go. I mean, remember what happened at the beginning of COVID. When all of the sports shut down, what happened? People needed a place to gamble. They needed a place to spend their money. And so a lot of gamblers came into the stock market. So I think as soon as sports kind of start to open back up, DraftKings will do fine. Let me just read some of these comments. I'm guessing it will go up because people will learn about it from SNL. Yeah, I think so too. Like I said at the beginning of this live, I've never really watched Saturday Night Live. I watched the whole thing last night. I think the last time I watched Saturday Night Live was when The Rock hosted it a million years ago with like Triple H and Big Show, and Mick Foley was on it too. That was the last time that I watched an entire episode of Saturday Night Live, and I just thought it was not funny. But anyway, the point is, I think a lot of people will find out about it. A lot of people were watching because of Musk, myself included. I wanted to see what was going to happen. I know Honest Personal Finance, I don't know if he's in here or if he's watching. He said that he was like, he didn't realize how late it came on. I didn't realize either. It comes on at 11:30. I'm just going to read through some of these comments. It crashes, Big Al Capone 420. It crashes after every spike. That's what every stock does. Yeah, I think so too. And I think a lot of people don't understand how Dogecoin has reacted, right? Like a lot of times with stocks in general. I mean, we've seen it with Apple too. When Apple has a really good earnings, what happens? The stock pulls back. It doesn't go higher because the thought is, how much higher can this thing keep going? How many consecutive blowout quarters can Apple keep having? Blowout after blowout after blowout. Eventually this thing is going to dump, right? That's the kind of consensus with a stock like Apple. And I think that's also kind of what's been going on with Dogecoin. Everyone hypes it up. They get out ahead of time. The reason I think they're getting out ahead of time, by the way, is because the price target on the thing was like $1. So where do you think the smart money is going to get out? They're not going to wait for $1. The smart money is getting out at 90 cents, 95 cents, maybe even earlier, assuming it gets there. So I think as we push closer back up to $1, if we do, you're going to see a big sell-off prior to the dollar. I don't think it'll get to $1 as quickly as people think, because the big money, the smart money, they're going to dump their coins when it gets up into that 90 cent range. Ant, Nile, surprisingly stable. Yeah, I think so too. I have no thoughts on SafeMoon. Brandon Pierce. Oh, I lost your comment. Shit. Damn it, where did it go? Brandon Pierce. I lost your comment. Miggy608. Any books I can read to better understand crypto and stocks better? Let me bring Wendy O in here. Oh, well, she's in California, so she's probably still asleep. I don't even know what time it is. Plus, it's Mother's Day. Do we want to bother her on Mother's Day? Let me find Wendy O. Wendy O. People want crypto. Book Rex. Miggy, if you go into my link tree on my bio, you will find a link to Amazon. I have 2 books that I recommend for stocks. I'm a self-taught stock trader. I've been trading stocks for 11 years. I read 2 books. One of them is Nicholas Darvis's How I Made $2 Million in the Stock Market, which sounds like a gimmicky title, except that he wrote it in 1950s and early 1960s, which then should change the way you perceive that title, because that's a shit ton of money in the 1950s. I also have a YouTube channel where I have tutorials on how to get started as a trader. It's 8 a.m. in California. Yeah, I don't know if Wendy's still awake. Still awake? Awake? Well, Doge hit $1. I got in middle school and lost my password. Oh, no. I don't know if it'll hit $1. Islander Squad. Doge will move up and down. See, I told you so. Yeah, exactly. Halo to the wind. Hey, what's up, man? Where can you analyze fundamentals for crypto? I don't know. I hope Wendy O joins this, because she's the one to ask. User 97. People hating on Elon for not being super funny. He's a billionaire, not a comedian, but I actually thought he was kind of funny. I liked the weekend update that he did, and I liked the Mars skit that he was in. It was really funny. The rest of the show kind of sucked. Big Al Capone, 420, 80 to 90 cents is the target. I agree. I think, it might hit $1, but I think there's going to be a pullback once it gets into the 80s and 90s, because the smart money is going to lock in their gains. I'm not really worried about this short-term pullback. Big Al Capone, thoughts on Tilray? I have no thoughts on the individual stock, but I am very optimistic about cannabis over the next couple of years, assuming that we move more towards legalization and that sort of thing. Hold on, I had a bunch of comments and they're just not refreshing. Ever check out Darling? No, but I know some people who have mentioned it before. AZN Lancer. Be careful, guys. Only invest what you can lose. I agree. There's no shame in this crypto or SafeMoon or any sort of risky, trendy stock. There's no shame in putting in a little bit of money just to see where it goes. I think the problem that new traders run into is they dump all of their money into these very risky, volatile stocks without having an understanding. And that's what's important to talk about here, is that you need to have a plan. What is your plan? How much money are you hoping to make? And all of the money is not an acceptable answer, right? Nobody gets into trading to make all of the money. People get into stock trading and maybe crypto trading to make some money. So for everyone who's shaming anyone for selling and taking profits, you don't know them. You don't know their financial situation. You don't know if they have medical debt, student loan debt, mortgage, if they owe back rent because of COVID. You don't know any of their financial situation. So when someone comes out and goes, I made $500 or $2,000 or $15,000 on Dogecoin, and someone's like, oh, you fucking idiot, why'd you sell it so soon? You're so stupid. You don't know their financial situation. $500 or $1,000 or $2,000 or $15,000 is more money that they have today than they had yesterday. And that's the objective here. And if you have uncertainty about where this thing can go long term, the best thing you can do is take some of your profits and YOLO the rest. Let me catch up on these comments. Something is like, there's some weird glitch because it keeps saying that I have like 11 new comments, but when I scroll up, I'm still stuck on password too long saying, oh, here we go. Dark Loverlord 23, what is the best investing app for crypto currently? I don't know. I recommend you all go follow Crypto Wendio. She is the expert on all things crypto. She's the only one that I trust. And in fact, like, I bought some Ethereum and Litecoin like a really long time ago and then kind of forgot about it. It's only within the last year since I joined TikTok, since I've become friends with Wendio, that I have started looking at cryptocurrency. And it's really only the last couple of months that I've started trading it. And I really owe it all to Wendio. Hail to the Wind, any new YouTube videos dropping soon? No. I got kind of bored with YouTube. I don't know why. Maybe it's just too much work and I'm lazy. I don't know. I have some in the works. I just haven't posted them. Miggy, you're welcome. Montana, hey. How does a bear market change your stock strategy? A bear market usually means that I do less trading. If we are in a full-on bear market, slump, recession, pullback, correction, I will buy puts or I will short the markets or short individual stocks. If we're having a short-term correction or dip, I don't do any shorts. I don't do any puts because these short-term sell-offs nowadays, as we saw back in March, are a lot less severe, I guess, or long-term than they used to be, right? There used to be like these sell-offs would be months and months and months. Now it's like a month or a couple days. I'm not betting against short-term volatility. I'll short and buy puts when we are in a full-on recession and housing crisis or banking crisis or financial crisis. But in the meantime, when there's just like these like kind of like we're not really sure, I don't do that. It just means, frankly, that I do a little less trading. Punksy, hey, you're making every trader smarter. Hey, Nara, what's up, man? Ivans, everyone is shaming everyone for taking profits, but no noise when you lose huge. That's the truth. Completely lawless. Will we get a Doge character? Maybe. Someone told me to be, I forget who it was, said that I should be stock Uncle Sam for July 4th. Maybe. Hey, Khalifa Kid. Good morning. J Retro. No, I don't think Doge is done yet. Twisted Intellect. Let me give you Wendio. It's Crypto Wendio. I got a runny nose or an itchy nose or something. Slime season, I'm guessing. Yes, I have Dogecoin. The joke is like whenever I do these videos and I go like, take your profits, someone's like, oh, you're just jealous because you didn't buy any, loser. And, nobody knows what I'm buying or selling because I don't disclose my trades because that's not the point of my channel here. I wanted to see who it was. Slime season. Yes, I have Dogecoin. I have been taking profits all along the way. If you want to know where I bought it under a penny. I bought a lot. I sold it when it hit like 6 cents. It dropped a little. I bought most of it all back. It shot up to 12 cents over, however long that took. I sold most of it, not all of it, but I sold most of it. Of course, the very next day, my luck, it shot up to 42 cents. So I was a little upset. Then it dropped back to 19 cents. I loaded up. It shot up into the 50 cents. I sold. I still have some at various price points throughout. I'm holding just for the hell of it. At this point, I've made a ton of money and I've paid my bills. And that's what this is about. So Rufa 1, my thoughts on Doge now that it's at 48 cents. The The goal is to make some of the money, not all of it. You take your profits along the way. If this is purely a YOLO trade for you and you've put in a couple $100 or whatever amount you've put in that you don't care if you lose, let's hold it, see where it goes. The concern is when someone is like getting a second mortgage on their house or selling their really secure, stable stocks, or taking margin or stuff like that to buy these risky coins. That's the concern. If you're going in $100 and you don't care you lose 100, or you're going in 1,000 and you don't care you lose 1,000, or you're going in 15,000 and you don't care if you lose 15,000, it's all okay if that's what you're okay with losing. You have to have a plan. For all the people asking the serious crypto questions, I would refer you to Wendio. User 6989. I'm new to crypto. I obviously know how to fund an app to buy it, but how do I get my money out? I would assume, since I'm not the crypto expert, I wouldn't quote me on this, but I would assume you just sell it and then transfer the money back into your regular bank or whatever. What percentage do I invest long term? Because I am a swing trader and occasional day trader, it fluctuates. 30% maybe. I don't really know. I don't have enough. Oh, that was Ivan's. I don't have like an exact number off the top of my head. Jackie Chan, I just want to say you're my favorite stock TikTok creator. Thank you. I will keep up the great content. I appreciate that. Thank you. By the way, happy Mother's Day to any of the moms in here. Punksy, I just use Kraken. It's a bitch. You can't dollar cost. There's no cost basis with crypto, or at least not on Kraken, wherein if I buy a stock at $10 and I buy another, let's say I buy 100 shares at $10 and 100 shares at 15 and 100 at 20, I can go in my cost basis and I can see that breakdown, 100 at 20, 100 at 15, 100 at 10. And if I sell 100 shares, I can go in after the fact and I can edit and assign, say, the position at 10 to be the ones that I've sold. You can't do that with crypto, which I kind of don't like. Because look, if you bought a ton of Dogecoin under a penny and then you bought more at 50 cents and you want to sell, I just don't understand really how that works. That's something I guess I would have to ask Wendio. Is owning the shares of crypto the same as having a crypto wallet? My understanding on the wallet is that it just keeps your coins protected. Oh, hey, the funny guy. What's up, man? That cyber attack that just happened on the big oil pipeline? Bearish news, probably. I'm not familiar with it. Did it just happen, like just now? Like I should be putting on the news? Kelly Shy, I put a 15% stop loss price on a stock and the order was executed below market. Any thoughts? That can happen. I don't normally use stop losses because I'm an active trader. So I'm sitting at my screen. I have alerts. I'll put it to you like this. If you work a full-time job that doesn't allow you the ability to look at your phone and your stocks, you got to use the stop losses to protect yourself. If you are able to look at your phone throughout the day, I much prefer to set alerts so you can then pull out your phone, look at the chart, look at the volume, look at your technical analysis and make a decision based on what you're seeing in real time. That's the way I do it. Yesterday, the pipeline shutdown was temporary. Could less supply cause the price to go up? Yeah, that's always a risk. It's the exact same thing when there's like a hurricane down in like Louisiana, Florida, or whatever, where they have all of the oil and gas stuff. there always is a concern that if it has to be shut down, if production gets halted, if there's severe damage from a hurricane, and then you see the prices skyrocket. If it's a one-day temporary shutdown, probably not. Hey, Tessa, happy Mother's Day. What do you think about time? I'm not familiar with that. But I'll write it down and I'll let you know what I think. And also thank you for buying my Can't Talk Now, I'm doing stock trader shit t-shirt. Punksy, you said that's the exact problem you have, but I don't remember what we were talking about. Oh, Punksy, yeah. Oh, okay, I got you. How do you keep track of your crypto trades? They have a ledger, and I just write everything down. That's what I do. Scott bot, that's why I have diamond hands. Kelly Shy, you're welcome. Corey Honeyman, yes, I think Doge will recover. I think this is going to be a short-term sell-off. I think there was someone on Twitter who said that they were shorting it at this point. Why did Doge drop? Probably because it was overextended because of this rally going into Saturday Night Live, and the Doge and the the hedge funds and the big money people who are shorting it probably shorted it pretty heavily. They'll get out of their profit. They'll get out. They'll make their money, and then they'll get back in. That's my guess. It's just like GameStop. They'll drive the price down, then they'll get in and say, "What a great buying opportunity," and then they'll get back in, and it'll rocket back up. The big money are the people who control these markets: crypto, stocks, banking. They're the ones who control these markets. They have the money, they have the power, and there's hundreds of them, right? There's not just 2 or 3 hedge funds. There's hundreds of hedge funds, and they all have hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. Warren, how far do you think Ethereum Classic will go? I don't know. I think, isn't it like over 100 now? I don't know. I don't know where it could go. So anyway, to answer those last 2 questions, yes, I think Doge will recover. I think it was big money who was selling it off prior to Saturday Night Live because they were expecting a sell-off, right? They were expecting a sell-off. When it hits $1, Dogecoin is going to drop. And so that's what ended up happening ahead of time. They got out ahead of time. And you get to see what sort of buying and selling power these hedge funds and these super wealthy people have. When they dump their positions, everything plummets. It's not you and it's not me selling our 1,000 coins or our 100,000 coins. It's the people who are selling hundreds of thousands, if not millions, if not billions of these coins that caused this thing to drop suddenly. That's what we saw. It's not your fault when Dogecoin drops because you took your $300 profit. You know what I mean? Jeff Fitness, your beard is looking clean as fuck today. Thank you. Tessa Mommy, you're welcome. Papa Joe, yes, I do have videos on stop losses. They are on my YouTube channel. YouTube channel is in my link in my bio. Click on it, subscribe. I've got tons of tutorials there on how to get started as a trader. I don't charge anyone. I don't have a paid Discord. I don't want a paid Discord. I don't want people listening to my stock advice. That's why I never do call-outs. I never do call-outs. The goal here isn't for me to come out and say, go buy this, go buy that. But the goal is for me to teach you what I've learned over the last 11 years that I've been trading, so you don't have to rely on strangers and idiots on TikTok or stock twits. Is now a good time to buy Doge? It depends on what your strategy, or it depends on what your price target is. Your price target, not someone else's. Where do you think it could go? How much would you be investing? Are you investing a little bit? Are you investing tons? How much are you comfortable losing? That's the most important question, because this is hella volatile. How much are you comfortable losing? If you are comfortable losing a couple $100, then that's what you probably would put in. And then, yeah, it's fine, right? Like, the other thing that I think is so funny about Dogecoin is I had a friend who bought some at like 5 cents and he sold it when it hit 12 cents. And then he just kept watching it climb higher and higher. And he was like, oh, I missed my chance. I can't believe it. I missed my chance. Dude, it still is only 30 or 40 or 50 cents, right? Comparatively, Like Dogecoin to Amazon, it's fucking cheap. I don't understand it. Like, it's one thing if you're sitting there going, oh man, Amazon was $300 12 years ago and I could have bought 100 shares and now it's 3,000 and I can barely afford one share. It's a little different when we're talking about comparing something like Amazon, which has had a massive run, to Dogecoin, which is still under $1. If you think Dogecoin could hit $1, then at 49 cents, it's still a great buy. If you don't think it could get to $1 and you don't think it could get to 60 cents or 50 cents, then it's not a good buy. Maybe it's a good trade if you get it at 40 cents and it shoots up to 50 or 49 cents, but it really depends on what your goals are. Punksy, your friends think you're crazy writing down your trades. Fuck them. They're the ones who are going to be disorganized at the end and they're going to go, I don't remember what I bought it at. Not you or me. I don't know a good reentry price for Doge. Balanced, Nutra. I don't know. I'll put it to you like what I just said though. If you think it could still go to $1, then right now is a bargain. It's 49 cents. It was 70. If you think it can't go to $1, then it's not worth buying. Leah, I don't know much about Ethereum Classic. I would refer you to Crypto Wendio. That's her username, Crypto Wendio. Apparently, she has a lot of scam parody accounts. So be careful. Make sure you follow the right one. Papa Joe, you write them all down thanks to me? Well, thank you. Elon on SNL, definitely going to see a dip. On Tesla on Monday? Completely lawless? I must have missed your question. I missed your question the last time too. Let me scroll up. Teebs. Hey, Teebs, you're in here. I have the best YouTube videos. Thank you. Ricker Staff, your thoughts on how the market ended last week? I have no thoughts. I don't remember. It closed up, right? Oh, there was the jobs number, which is pretty bad. Crypto Wendio is very good. I agree. Hatchback, what do you think Ethereum and Bitcoin will be? I don't know. I don't make guesses like that because they're really just guesses at the end of the day. They're just guesses. I've seen people say Bitcoin could be 90. I've seen people say Ethereum could be 8,000 by next summer. I don't know. Who knows? Everyone's just guessing. And then if they're right, they go, I told you. And a lot of them are going to go, not only did I tell you, but I knew it and I predicted it and you should buy my course. So Ethereum will hit 10,000. It might. Papa Joe, the job report was bad, but the markets were still up. I don't know. It's odd. The stock market is odd, right? If the job number is bad, you're expecting the markets to go down. It went up. If the job number was good, the market might have exploded and gone even higher. I think people are just being realistic at this point about what their expectations are. That this is going to be a slow road. It's not going to be that V-shaped recovery that everyone was talking about 2 years ago. Completely lawless. Are you still in here? Because I didn't see your question from earlier. Oh yeah, Apple. I did respond to that. Apple earnings are killer. The stock goes down. Oh, maybe I didn't respond to your question, but I talked about it at the beginning of my live. Yeah, time to buy. So my guess with Apple is after they've had blowout quarter after blowout quarter, I think the expectation is how sustainable can these blowout, unbelievable quarters be? How sustainable can they really be? I mean, oh, that wasn't the question? Then I'm going to stop answering it. But seriously though, I think I'm waiting for your question. I think Apple. I think the thought is it can't keep having these blowout quarters. Did Apple have bad news this weekend? I don't know. Chino, I don't know about Shiba. Oh, you did? Hold on, let me scroll up to Completely Lawless. I'm scrolling. I don't see your question. Completely Lawless. All I see from you is, can you not see my questions? And then a lot of stuff about the jobs report. And then the next thing I see from you is Apple earnings, our killer stock goes down. I don't see your question. I don't know what's going on. I do know that this live can be kind of weird sometimes. Oh, how do you spend crypto? What app does it need to be in? I don't know how to spend crypto, honestly, because I've never spent it, and I never would. If I'm in crypto, I'm going to be in it to hold it forever for the most part. Yeah, you're controversial. I would ask Wendio how you spend your crypto, because I don't know. Kelly Shy, how often do you revisit the charts of your long-term stocks? I don't really revisit the charts. I guess I kind of look all the time. Hey, from Macedonia, Richie Rich. Hi. I'm in DC. Hey, Connor's in here. Do you believe a crypto bubble is coming in the near future? Maybe. Maggers, what's up from Vietnam? Whoa. Thank you. That's awesome. Vietnam. Yeah, I expect Doge to go over $1 at some point, but I don't know when. Diane, AMC, what about it? Yeah, see, that's the thing, Lawless. So many people are just getting into it. So I think what we're going to see is the people who have been in it for a while are taking some profits on this huge sudden surge of popularity. Lots of people have been in this stuff for a very long time, and they are up huge. And it's understandable, especially if they're hedge funds or billionaires or millionaires, that they're locking in their gains. Some of them, and they'll probably buy back on any dips that happen. Kelly Shy, on your long-term stocks, do you fund and let it ride, or periodically reevaluate? Both. I will, and I'll also dollar cost average, or what I'll do is when I have really big profits in something that was like an unusually lucky trade, like maybe Dogecoin, I'll take my money from Dogecoin and I'll put it into my dividend-paying stocks or my growth stocks or my like index funds or stuff like that. And I'll reevaluate too. Look, I always read the news for my companies. If there's like a short-term bad story, right, like a plane crash or something, that's a short-term story. People will get over the news side of it, not the personal side of it, which is horrible. But like, you know, it'll be a hot story for a little bit. Oh, this product caused there's a recall. Oh no, like Peloton. Oh, there's a safety recall. Recall 125,000 treadmills. Stock plummets. Great buying opportunity if you own it and you like it and you believe in it long term. It's a great opportunity to get in and buy a little bit more. But it's also just a short-term story. It's not a reason to sell the stock, right? If you bought it at 110 and now it's 80 something, it's not like, oh no, you have to cut losses and sell. If it's a company that you really genuinely believe in for the long run, so you sit on a loss for a little bit. You buy more if you really believe in it. If it's something fundamentally changing with the company, that worries me, or they're taking on unbelievable debt or closing stores, or they can't get a loan or something horrible like that, then at that point, I will consider selling and taking a small loss, or locking in any gains that I have and just stepping away for a while. User 97, I just bought another 200 for Doge. I'm not telling people to put up your house, but if you can't afford it, yeah, I agree. I think it's fine to just buy a little bit if it's something you believe in, or if it's something that you're just rolling the dice on for fun. Look, people go to the casino and they'll drop $200 and they'll lose $200, and it's just, oh well. If that's how you view this, oh well, then go for it. If you're struggling financially, the people who are dumping in every last dime that they have, hoping that it's going to make them a millionaire, that concerns me. But if you want to throw in $200 and you don't care if you lose $200 or $1,000, you don't care if you lose $1,000, do it. That's always a great feeling to pay the bills with what you made. Yes. That's what I've been doing. What's funny is that people will rag on other people for taking profits, right? They'll call them like they'll say like, oh, you're paper hands, or you're a loser, or you're weak, you're not diamond hands like me. You don't know anyone else's financial situation. That's just facts. You don't know someone else's financial situation. Maybe someone has $5,000 in debt and it's got a high interest rate and they're just panicking about it. And they make $5,000 on Dogecoin and now they're debt free. That's great. Hey, Super White Satan. Super White Satan had an idea. I made a stock god. Where's I don't know. I usually have like one of my shirts sitting nearby. I have a t-shirt on my Etsy that says Stock God, and Super White Satan was like, how come you don't have a Stock Satan shirt? So I made a Stock Satan shirt and he bought it. So thank you. And I don't know if Tessa's mommy is still in here, but Tessa, I don't even know if that's her name. I did a video where I said, I can't talk right now, I'm doing stock trader shit. And she was like, put that on a shirt. So I put it on a shirt and they've been selling very well as well. So thank you to anyone who's bought a shirt. I never talk about them. I never promote the shirts because it's not really what I'm here to do. But for anyone who's bought a shirt, I appreciate it. Exotic Anthony, thank you. I appreciate it. Green Gulf, take the gains. Yeah, look, what I've been doing with Dogecoin is taking the gains consistently, but I always leave a little bit in just for the hell of it. Because you really never know. And for all the people who are like, I know it's going to $1. I know it's going to $1.50. No, you don't. You're just guessing. And maybe you guessed correctly, which would be cool. And you would make a lot of money. And that would be wonderful. But I don't know that it's going to go to $1. But I do know that I bought it at 12 cents and that it's 40 cents right now. And I have XYZ in profits. And I might not have those profits tomorrow. So I'm taking out some of them. And I'm going to YOLO the rest. And that's what I would recommend everyone to do. Thebes. Yeah, and then people say scared money don't make money. But you know what? Some people have bills. And if they're up a little bit, there's no shame in taking it. Yeah, Coinbase, I use Kraken because it's the only one that my bank would sync to for some stupid reason. Kevin the Gray, hey, yes, I will do a stock Uncle Sam with the fireworks. I have to get a costume. Somehow there is always a glitch. YOLO means you only live once. User 57. And in the world of stock trading and crypto trading, YOLO means like, at least in when I'm talking about it, let's say I buy 100,000 Dogecoin and it rockets in price. I might sell 70% or 50% or 25%, whatever I choose to sell. And then you might hear me say, I'm going to YOLO the rest. It's just like a roll of dice. I'm just going to roll the dice on the rest, see where it goes. But I've taken out the majority of my profit in some of these examples. And so I'm just, Who cares for the rest? If I lose the rest, whatever, because I've taken out the majority of my gains. Will you also do a stock labor activist for Labor Day? That's probably pushing it. Yeah, it's probably pushing it. I had fun with the dress-up costumes. I mean, I did stock Santa, if you guys don't know. K carry, you bought it at 0.0025 and still holding. Nice. Oh, Anu, hi. Will I do a level 2 analysis video? Yes. Someone just asked why I haven't posted on YouTube in a while. A level 2 video is on my list for YouTube. I will do that. Hi. Hi, Anu. How's New York? I forget where you live in the city. Wasn't it Lower East Side? That's where I want to live. When I move to New York, we'll get dinner. I want to go to Thursday Kitchen. It's my favorite restaurant in New York. A West Village. Well, that's close. A West Village. You're close to Soft Swerve. Have you been to Soft Swerve? You got to go and get their ube. You got to go and get their ube soft serve ice cream. It's the best. Sackinist, I find myself sitting on speculative stocks for years thinking I'll miss the pop. You know, hold on. I got so many comments that just flooded, and I want to go back to yours so I can read it again. I find myself sitting on speculative stocks for years thinking I'll miss the pop. You know, there's nothing wrong with holding on to speculative stocks for years if you're also being a smart investor. So if you've got your speculative stocks and you've got your small amounts over here, and you're just kind of rolling the dice and let's see what happens, but at the same time you've got your growth stocks, your dividend stocks, your index funds, your mutual funds, and all of that stuff, there's no harm in holding some riskier stuff. But if it's everything you have, and you're betting that one of them is going to blow up huge and make you a billionaire, and you're neglecting smarter investing, that's what concerns me. Hey, A1, what's up, man? I don't own or trade any crypto, and I will if I could short crypto. Yeah. Connor, yeah, okay, we'll go live. David, Coinbase and Kraken are the ones that I use. I think Wendy O likes Voyager. I don't use Voyager. I didn't know that when you sell and buy nails, you can sell half. You can sell whatever you want. You don't have to sell your entire position of anything ever. And go in user 57, go to my YouTube channel and watch under my click here if you're new to investing video. Watch the one on how to edit your cost basis. That will explain to you how you can assign the shares that you purchased to different purchases. I explained that weirdly. But if you buy at 100 shares at 10 and 100 shares at 15 and now the stock is 20 and you sell 100 shares, you can go into your cost basis the next morning and you can edit your cost basis to say, sell the shares that I bought at 15. I'll take the smaller profit so I owe less in taxes, or because I have higher hopes for the stock and I want to hold the shares that I bought at 10 for the long term. Oh. What's up?
About to go get some stuff for Mother's Day. About to go over to families. I just saw you on live. I wanted to join in. This whole Doge hype, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. How'd you do with it?
Well, I've got out of most of mine, so I'm okay. And the stuff that I still have is still under 50 cents, but it's, I'm not worried about it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
dude. I was kind of hoping for Elon to say something, but most he said, I think it's a hustle or something like that, because they kept grilling him on it.
Yeah, well, that part. Did you watch the whole Saturday Night Live?
No, I just saw little clips people were putting up on here.
Okay. Most of it was terrible. I think Saturday Night Live is not funny at all. But I think people were like honestly expecting him to like open the show dressed up as the dog and be like, to the moon, and like when he didn't do that, they were like, oh, that he sold out on us or whatever. Like, it's not his, like, he doesn't, he's not working for you. Like,
Yeah.
he's just having fun and doing whatever. He mentioned it at the beginning when his mom, he was like, I got a present for you to his mom. And she was like, oh, it better not be Dogecoin. And he was like, it is. So that was like the first mention. And then they did the weekend update one where they grilled him, which I thought was really funny. And then they did like this Western one at the end. Did you see that cowboy one?
No.
They did this cowboy one where they were like, we have to go and like sneak attack the bad guys who attacked our little cowboy town. And he was like, what if we build a tunnel underneath the ground and sneak attack them? And then they started talking about like gold. And he was like, what if we had a alternative currency? Which I thought was kind of funny. So he mentioned it a few times, but I don't think that he mentioned it in the way people thought.
Yeah. I made a video yesterday, and all the comments beforehand were like, this dude's an idiot, go buy Doge. And then all the comments after the fact were like, this dude's an idiot, go buy Shiba. So I don't know what the misconception's going on here, but I thought it was funny.
Yeah, people get a little nuts on these stocks. I mean, I was on Stock Twits last night just for the hell of it to see what people were saying.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable to see what people say about this kind of stuff where they're like, it's going to $1, it's going to $1, and then as soon as it starts dropping, they're like, I told you it wasn't going to $1. They're just playing like both sides of it. And
Dude, I really thought it hit like the 90s or something like that. Like
no, I think
the 90s and then sell off.
I thought it would hit the 90s too, but I think as high as it got was like 70 something.
Yeah. And then as soon as he said it's a hustle, it just done.
Boom, done. Yeah. Let's see. Geographic Spot says, is this real life? I guess you mean this duet. It is real life.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah.
Connor is back. He sure is.
I've never left, but yeah.
Yeah. User 97. How much tax do you have to pay on crypto? I don't really know. Do you know how that works?
I think it's the same as stocks, isn't it? Same as capital gains.
I think it's the same as capital gains, but I don't talk about tax stuff because I don't want to get in trouble with.
Yeah, I'm not messing with that.
Yeah. I'm not messing with that either. Kudos for being great guys. That's a compliment for you and me. Yeah, it's the same as stocks. So what's on the books for Mother's Day?
We're just going over to her mom's house, get some dinner.
Okay.
What about you, man? Where's your mom at?
We're going to get some dinner too.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah. We're going to go to some Israeli spot that she wanted to go to. It was funny because I was at the gym the other day and this guy at my front desk was like, what are you doing for Mother's Day? I was like, oh, I'm taking my mom out for dinner. And he goes, where are you going? And I said, oh, we're going to Sababa, which is like this Israeli place. But I was like, we're going to Sababa. And he was like, that sounds made up.
I mean, he's not wrong.
What's that?
I mean, he's kind of right there.
Yeah. Where are you going? Blah, 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 blah. There's a chart on Forbes for what? Oh,
Doge.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I was expecting. Yeah. So, what do you think? Do you think Doge is going to $1, or do you think it's all over?
At some point, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
I just thought it was funny. I was seeing videos of people comparing it to Ethereum.
Yeah.
Like, oh, to 3,000. It's like, if it goes to 3,000, it's, I don't know. There's no way.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean, I posted a video this morning because someone in my comments was like, you said it wouldn't go to 25 cents, and then you said it wouldn't go to 50, and now you're saying it won't go to $1. Well, joke's on you, buddy. And I was like, I never said any of that because I don't do those videos.
Like, you think we work on Wall Street pumping these things? No, man, come on.
Right? Like I like go out of my way when someone says like, do you think it could go to $1 to say like maybe, like I don't know, it could, but it might not. Like nobody knows where any of this stuff could go, and if you come out and say like it's going to $1 and then it gets to $1, you're gonna be like, I told you so, but you really just guessed correctly.
Yeah.
Should we expect any increase in Tesla in the upcoming days? Because of Musk being on Saturday Night Live or something else?
See, that used to be a thing. Remember when he the famous Tesla's going private at 420. It shot up to 420, and then he said him smoking on the Joe Rogan show. It dropped the price until he was fined by the SEC. Like when Musk was the the head of Tesla, like whatever he did, Tesla stopped reacted. But now that he's not, it's kind of like, I mean, he is at the spotlight, but it's not like every move he makes fluctuates the Tesla stock.
Yeah. Yeah, it could. It is a volatile stock.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody, Marlo Brown, wants me to tell you, tell him to stop yelling on my For You page. It makes me depressed.
The only way to get your attention.
It works too. Didn't your video from yesterday or the other day blow up where you were like, I'm done with TikTok?
Yeah, what the like? I don't understand. How does a video saying I quit just blow up out of nowhere? I don't get it. And then everyone's ripping on me for Doge. Like somehow everyone took it like, oh, this dude's talking about Doge. I don't understand it. I don't understand.
One guy says yell less, and then Geographic Spot says, I say yell more.
All right, I'll try.
People like the angry Connor.
Yeah. Well, it's frustrating seeing all this stuff, but yeah, there's most of it.
It is frustrating. What's most frustrating is how people will play like both sides of it. And they'll be like, it's going to $1, and if you don't think so, you're an idiot. And then it crashes, and they're like, if you thought it was going to $1, you're an idiot. And it's probably the same guy saying both of that.
Well, like you said too, sometimes it's luck. Like you just kind of guessed right? So like all these the videos that I was seeing, like, oh, I made 1,000% on this option trade. It's like that in part was luck. Like that's not really a normal thing to make 1,000% every single trade, and to put a video out like you're doing that is not right. To people,
yeah, it's a little dishonest. I think there's a lot of dishonesty in, and they have to be a little dishonest because they're trying to scam people into buying their courses, and that's why they're going to say like, I predicted that it would go to $1, and it did, and I knew it would because of my proprietary secret formula that I'll teach you if you pay up. And it's like, you just guessed, and you guessed correctly, and now you're taking advantage of people, and that's not cool.
Yeah.
And we're going to see a lot of that, and we see it every time too, right? Like we saw it with GameStop, where they were like, I predicted GameStop would whatever.
For AMC too, last week I was looking at the open interest, and a lot of AMC, like there was a lot flowing into AMC, a lot of option activity in AMC. But it's such like it's just a small little name. Like it's not going to go to fucking $50, So all these people buying these options where the IV is just ridiculously high, they're just going to get crushed. So I think a lot of that activity was sellers coming in, just selling those contracts.
Yeah.
And so he's like these option flow scanners. Everyone's like, oh, use this scanner. Oh, look, I saw this activity coming in. It's like in part, yes, but a lot of that is just trash. For everyone on my side asking about stocks, I'm not sure yet. I haven't charted for the night yet, so I don't know. I'm waiting for futures.
I got a couple comments. Why is it bad to buy on lows? Is there a time frame that hits lows to pay more attention to?
Sure. So have you ever heard of catching a falling knife?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna try and time the reversal every single time because it probably won't work. Or you're gonna try and ride momentum. So I think that's what you do, right?
Momentum, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's risky to try to buy the lows because you don't know where the low is going to bottom out. And that's why I like to say, like, if you see a stock dropping, what you'll often see is a lot of inexperienced traders come rushing in, and it pops a little bit, and then it reverses and it sells off because there's not sustained momentum or buying power. So you'll see like a steep sell-off, a little teeny correction, and then more selling. And so the smarter thing to do is wait for the stock to consolidate at a lower price, not try to guess where it's going to bottom out, because when you're guessing, you're just guessing. But if it sells off and then it kind of like trades sideways for a little bit, that's when you start paying attention. Braden, what makes a good crypto? I don't really know. I don't trade crypto enough to be able to tell you what makes a good one versus a bad one, or why some are so popular and some aren't, other than like Dogecoin being popular because of, TikTok. Scotty, how do you feel about the market for the rest of the month? I don't know. Do you have a market opinion for the rest of the month?
No, not really. Not yet.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's going to be like a sell in May and go away kind of thing. Might. Summers are usually quiet for those who don't know, but not always.
Usually, but
yeah, last May the markets were up a lot. I think.
Yeah, Mr. Powell pumping in that money.
Oh yeah. All right. I think I've sufficiently ranted
about Doge.
Yeah.
Just can't wait for the next big crypto. But yeah,
Safe
I mean, on a lot of people starting out in their LLCs that they've built up for their discords and their companies and all that stuff. Just starting out last like this year. I thought that was kind of cool because I checked on some and they all started in like February.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not surprised.
Nah. But estimate 180, low 290. Talking about like a golden cross kind of deal. I use SMA cross. I like those. In my opinion, that's a good strategy for finding some possible reversals.
Yeah. Kiki wants to know, should we sell Doge?
I don't know.
It depends. I don't tell anyone what to do for anything ever, but it depends on what your price target is or what your goals are with the stock. Where do you think it could go? Do you think it could go to $1? Because if you think it could go to $1, then you keep holding it. If you think it's over, then you get out. If you think that you're not sure, then you only put in what you're willing to lose and just roll the dice and have fun with it.
Yeah. I was dead wrong on it, man. I had like 500 bucks of it like 2 or 3 years ago. I sold off. I made a couple of bucks and I sold off. I was like, oh, this is a little shit coin. Well,
yeah,
it happens.
Yeah. It happens. Yeah, I saw that. Did you see the video of the guy yesterday? Maybe you said it to me, where he was sitting there and he said 2 years ago he bought 3.1 million Dogecoin and sold it a month later, and he made $4,000, and he was like, that covered my rent for 2 months. Nice. And he was like crying. He was like, I'd be worth so much.
It's like the dude who bought a pizza with 200 Bitcoin. I mean, who knows?
Yeah, that's why. Like, if your approach to this is it could be something huge, then you don't sell it to pay your groceries or whatever. You just hold it and see what happens. But if you think if you think it could be something and it might not be something, then you take your profits along the way and YOLO a little bit. Mysterious says Doge will hit 108. That's a very precise number. It will hit 108 and then it will drop.
543.
Yeah. I'm getting a lot of Dogecoin to the moon emojis.
Nice. Call me explain. I'm 8% passive sector ETF. Yeah, dude. So like, you can trade, invest, you can hold cash. Why not do it all? You don't have to pick one side.
Yeah, I get a lot of those questions. Like, should I buy growth stocks or? And it's like, why? Yeah. Why or? There's no or. What is this, Kelly? Kelly, she says Doggett or Doge Father. Who's Doggett? I know Doge Father is Musk, right?
Yeah.
Who's Doggett?
Involved in something else? Yeah, I'm married. He said outside of trading, etc. Do you guys involved in anything else? I'm married. I don't know. You? You sell shirts?
I'm not married. Yeah, I sell shirts. Not really, but no, I eat. That's what I do.
Nice.
It went to the moon already based on what it should be valued at. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it. It already had it.
So, I mean, you've been in this longer than me, right? So, like, I bought Amazon at like 700 a while back, right? And I sold it like when I made a couple $100 on it. I never thought it'd be like $3,000. I don't. Yeah. More of like a long-term thing. A lot of people don't understand. And then to your thing with kind of trading with profits, right? Like a lot of people say, like, oh, it's just house money. It's just profit money. It's like, well, what are you trading to do? Are you trading to make money? Because if you're trading to make money, you should probably take them out. I mean, yeah, trade with the house money. Still probably like, take profits and play with it. Make it real.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's so funny that all these people who missed out on these trades are kicking and going like, "Oh, I can't believe I can't believe." But I saw someone who was like, "Oh, I bought Apple when it was like 50 cents." I can't believe, but like the thing is, most people don't have like a super long term approach to this, right?
Yeah.
They buy Apple at 50 cents and it hits $5. They're taking their profits because you have to look at like where Apple was. Like in the 80s, it was a penny stock. In the 90s, it was still only $5 a share. It wasn't really much of anything until like the early 2000s. If you have a super long term approach and you don't care, then you just buy and you hold forever. But most people don't. Most people buy something at 5 cents and it shoots up to 50 cents and they get out. It's the same with Bitcoin. I've seen so many people going, "Oh, Bitcoin used to be 8 cents." Well, just because Bitcoin was 8 cents doesn't mean Dogecoin will be 60,000 too. And that's what a lot of people are doing. And that's when they end up getting hurt.
Yeah. That's why I think it's so funny when people are like, "Oh, we called this stock out," and they scroll their finger across, like, "Oh, it hit a high here. You have made it 300%." It's like, did you hold though? I
Yeah.
don't
Did
think.
you hold?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah. Did you hold? Because you probably didn't. Because you probably sold way too early because you thought it would never
Yeah.
go anywhere and you've made some money.
Being reasonable. There's and it's even worse with trading options too, because like say news comes out halfway through the day and you're in calls or whatever, and those calls shot up 1,000%, but you pulled out at 50 or
Right.
whatever was good for you.
Yeah.
That was a big thing last February when Tesla made its first run to 1,000. Those contracts, so those 1,000 contracts, if you want to go back and check fact check me or whatever, those 1,000 contracts were around 30 cents. When it hit the high of like I think it was like 970. Those contracts were around $5,000. So from $30 to $5,000 per contract. Yeah. So I mean, with options, it's fucking ridiculous. The hindsight you can bring upon yourself that can just totally
Yeah.
royally screw your mindset.
Right. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
That whole like, "Oh, if I hadn't" thing will get a lot of people in trouble. Because
And with
then they'll,
Kodak, right? Or was it
yeah,
Kodak?
yeah. Because a lot of people will like, they'll have one big mistake and then they'll compare every new trade to that one big mistake. "Oh, I bought it at this, I sold it here, and then it went to the moon.
Yeah.
And so now I'm never going to sell anything because I'm going to expect that everything is going to also go to the moon." And it doesn't. It gets like halfway there and they're like, "Nope, I'm not selling because the old one went to the moon." And then it reverses and it dumps and they get crushed. It's just like, it's exactly what happened with GameStop and then AMC. GameStop went from 20 to 400. So everyone was like, "Oh, well, AMC will naturally do the exact same thing." That's not how this works.
Yeah.
But people end up, they buy AMC at 9 and it goes to 20 and they're like, "Well, I'm not selling now because it has to do what GameStop did."
Doesn't have to do anything. Doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah. It doesn't have to do anything. And just because you want it to go to a price doesn't mean that it will. And, you're up, you've doubled your money. Take some of it and YOLO the rest and see what happens. But the people who bought at $4 and then it shot up to 20 and then they didn't sell it and now it tanked, I hope they're learning from this.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Doggett is the Doge token. I don't know what that is. I don't really trade a lot of crypto. Have you guys seen,
You what?
someone's asking if we've seen the talk about Shiv? I don't know what that is.
No.
Yeah, I don't really do a lot of crypto stuff.
No, I gotta leave here in a second, but I'll leave it at I know a lot of people are trading on Robinhood, and it's not the safest platform. We saw last year it crashed like 3 times on high volume.
It crashed last night.
It did?
Yeah, I had a couple people messaging me freaking out because they couldn't dump their Doge, and they were like, "What do I?" And I was like, "Don't be on Robinhood. This happens. They can't handle this kind of capacity."
No, man, and it's insane how much they make from these market makers and everything like that. Like last year, the first quarter alone, they made like what $100 million, some stupid from selling order flow, and they can't improve on their system. Like they had the perfect opportunity. They changed the whole trading game, took commissions out, had the perfect opportunity to take over, and they screwed it up because they wanted to cheap out on themselves.
Yep.
But with crypto, it's more of like a bookmark. Like you don't you don't own the. It's more like you own the place. It's like a placeholder for your crypto. It's not like you hold the actual coin, like Coinbase, Voyager. I forget which one you use.
Kraken.
Yeah. Binance, yeah, dude. Like everything basically but Robinhood is what I would
Right.
recommend for crypto.
Yeah.
Like Robinhood's fine if you're trying to gamble $100 on Doge, but like if you have a stupid amount of money in it, like I would probably move off somewhere else, pay that little fee, and then just hold it there.
Yeah. Completely lawless.
Exactly.
Will Ameritrade? Are you leaving?
Oh no, yeah. Some dude said you don't have keys on Robinhood or Webull. You can only sell your coins that you're holding, or whatever, and then withdraw to your bank. You can't like transfer over.
Yeah. Do you think Ameritrade will ever add crypto?
Yeah, 100%. They have the Bitcoin futures now.
Uh-huh. And then there was another follow-up question, but I have to find it. Oh, what do you guys use for crypto? Coinbase doesn't have Doge. I use Kraken.
Crypto.com, Voyager.
Crypto. Yeah. Yeah, Wendy O uses Voyager, I think.
I like Crypto.com because they give you that little debit card. So if you feel like spending your money, you can just do it.
Oh, cool. Oh,
yeah.
Someone asked how you spend your crypto. That's how you do it. I don't know if they're even still in here. When does Robinhood IPO? I don't know, but I would not be buying that one.
Yeah, see, there's crypto. There's that card.
Cool. So Young Lou, are you still swing trading Doge? Yes, but I've taken the profits out of most of it.
Someone asked me, do I think Doge is going to go back to 60 cents? I honestly, don't quote me on this, but yeah, I do. I think the hype is still there, but don't bet on that.
Yeah.
No, they don't pull credit. It's like a debit card.
Yeah. There was a question in here, but I can't find it now. Oh, will Doge go up on Elon's birthday? I don't know. How am I supposed to know that?
All right, man, I gotta go, but nice talking to you. Nice talking to you guys.
Tell Sandra happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, thank you. Your mom too.
Thanks, man. I will. Yeah. I think he left. Somebody sent me some fire. XXX. Sin XXX. Thank you. I don't know how to get rid of. That was weird. What do you think of oil and airline stocks? I don't really know much about the oil stocks right now. But airline stocks, I'm very optimistic about because once more people get vaccinated and travel opens up, I think they're going to do very well. Same with everything that's been affected by COVID. Theaters, cruises, I think movies will do very well. Airlines will do very well. Probably oil stocks will do very well as we start to open up businesses and use more oil and ship more stuff and all of that. Why do you keep answering questions you don't know the answers to? Which one? I'm waiting for more questions. I've talked all I have to say. Copper? What about it? You're up 300% on Dave & Buster's? Nice. All right, guys. I think I'm going to head out. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in here. Thanks for everyone who keeps joining, but I think AMC will 2x over the summer. I agree. Oh, Insta Beauty, you missed everything, especially because it's all over now. I gave all the secrets away. I'm just kidding. Take it easy, Super White Satan. Thanks again for buying the shirt. Insta Beauty. Sometimes if I'm able to download the lives, I put them on my YouTube channel. So I would just go back there and watch. We just talked about Dogecoin and how crazy it's all been. Completely lawless. Happy Mother's Day to all the motherfuckers, too. You're the best. Have a good day. Mary. Hi, Mary. You also have a good day. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good day. See you later.